So when we did the windows, when they redid it,
You missed the last three?
like when they
So when she
updated
tell
the
you she
media
broke,
center.
don't cut her no money.
But now, like, you realize, no, they didn't, and it's shocking. I think it's just because we have.
You're gonna ask. I'll be like, well, you owe us $5.49.
ran out of money.
Did you bring it or no? Just what? Lyft? Just do a screenshot and text it to me. I can print it off from there.
I'm gonna give Josh my stuff from the government.
This evening, we actually have three presentations. The good news is I'm letting some of you go up first, and so we are going to let the children present. We are streaming it, so there'll be a chance to watch it later as well. Then we're going to have a presentation, and for those of you that would still like to stay, Ms. Sylvia Marshall, who is our assistant principal at Roland, will be is our summer school principal and talk a little bit about our summer programming. And then I know the last thing, our treasurer is going to close out the evening with the 5-year forecast. Really exciting stuff there. But what we'll do is we will take a few minutes break after the children present for Sunview before we start the second presentation to allow for those folks that may have other plans this evening. I know it's springtime, and so welcome. And as soon as we get the cue, we are going to start the meeting. Children, there's just a little bit of formality in the beginning that we'll go through some things, and then we'll get you up started very soon. So, Mr. Fruits, whenever you're okay. So I am going to hand this over to Board President Jones. The meeting whenever you're ready.
That's what she said. Josh, actually should be pulling up in a moment, but we'll just go ahead and get going. That way we don't.
Yeah,
I know that.
because it's 8:35. I mean 5:35.
Ready?
Mr. Fruits, we good? Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We love when we see families and students with us. We want to welcome you to our board work session this evening. Today is Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. It is now 5:35. May we get a roll call, Mr. Hill?
Ms. Falkenberg?
Here.
Mrs. Jones?
Here.
Ms. King? Ms. Lee?
Here.
Mrs. Ryan?
Here.
That was perfect timing, Ashley.
We knew she was coming. She was parking. All right, we can go right into
Okay.
item 2.1, Dr. Reed.
All right, I'm going to introduce Mrs. Erica Taylor, the principal of Sunview Elementary School. If you would go ahead and take the lead.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mrs. Taylor.
I am Erica Taylor, the proud principal of the Sunview Elementary.
Wait, oh, it was pretty good.
So should I say that again? The Sunview Elementary School. I want to thank Dr. Reed for the opportunity to come to our board meeting tonight. Thank you for our board members for showing your continued support throughout the school year. And before I hand it over to Mrs. Burkholder, the opportunity tonight, I could have featured so many different children. There's so many great things and wonderful students at Sunview Elementary. However, I wanted to highlight and celebrate Mrs. Burkholder's classroom, and I'll tell you why. They have been working so very hard, again, along with all the other teachers and students, but really they have put some extra emphasis on creating and really trying to publish their own works. A lot of times we hear about reading and writing and the importance of it, but tonight, not just reading and writing, you're gonna hear some speaking. And that is one piece of the curriculum that we want to continue to highlight and promote so the students can know that it's all encompassing. We want them to be good readers, good writers, good listeners, and great speakers. And that is one thing that is close to my heart, being able to speak in front of a group. These students, and I also must say this, volunteered to come. We did not drag them here. They volunteered to come tonight. And they wanted to do this. They wanted to be a part of this presentation, so I am very excited and proud of them. I would like to turn it over to Mrs. Burkholder, if you can give it up for her. She's our one of our third grade teachers, a stellar teacher, and she'll tell you a little bit about how this project came to be.
Okay, so we were in the midst of just about getting ready to take the big state test. They were writing essay after essay, introduction, body, conclusion, introduction, body, conclusion, and text evidence, go find the text evidence. And we honestly, April hit, Poetry Month, we needed a break. So it's in our standards. It was a wonderful way for them to be creative and self-reflect a little bit. And not only that, but so it all started here. We decided we were gonna join Student Treasures, which is a company online, and they publish children's work, and they put it into a hardcover book. So I decided I was gonna go for it. I've been here for 28 years. I figured I'm gonna try this for the first time, and so the kids wanted, this is the cover that they designed. So they wanted a brush arc, or the lightning bolt in the background. I say brush arc because I went here. So they wanted the lightning bolt in the background. If you could go back to that one page, sorry. And these are, in my classroom, we have jobs, and in the beginning of the year, I let them pick a character that matches them the most, whatever one they want to pick. And so I believe Angelina had the idea of putting all these pictures of them on the cover, and then they came up with the title. We went over all these titles we wanted to do, but you can go to the next slide. But students learned in the beginning how to distinguish how poetry was a little different than other forms of writing. We learned some poems rhyme, some poems don't rhyme, some have repetition, some have stanzas. We even talked a little about alliteration, and you can go to the next one. And so the purpose really was reflection, self-reflection. And I wanted to give them this opportunity to be creative, since everything else was text evidence, text evidence, text evidence. So an I am poem was what I chose, what we all chose, and it's an effective way to introduce students to poetry and encourage self-reflection through writing. You go to the next one. So our lesson kind of consisted of, name some of your special qualities, and we did a lot of brainstorming and what makes you unique. Students made a list in their journals of things that they love, things they worry about, things they really don't like at all, things they wonder about, things that you say to others that you want them to hear. What's something you really believe? What are some ways you're different? And I thought it was a great end of the year thing to do too, because they know each other so well, so they thought, until we did this activity, and it really brought out some unbelievable just self-reflection. Not only that, but other kids learning about them even more. You can go to the next one. So this format allows the poet to fill in the rest of the line with elements that are important to them. So the line starts for them, and then they're given specific things that they have to write about and fill in. It allowed students to practice repetition. They had to, whatever their first line was, that was like a really important line, because that first line was going to repeat in every stanza. So they learned what stanzas were and repetition. You can go to the next one. And so this was the kind of the frame of it, just so you get an idea. They noticed the rhythm of the poem. They were able to see the repetition in that first line. It repeated at the end of each stanza. So that's kind of just the pattern. You go to the next one. An example, here's mine. I'm a talkative girl and a good listener who loves to shop. I wonder what the world will look like in 10 years. I hear the voices of students in class. I see the students' minds fill with ideas and excitement. I want to be a good influence on those around me, to those around me. I am a talkative girl and a good listener who loves to shop. Next one. And then we went through a whole bunch of examples, and we read through the examples and picked out some of those characteristics of this type of poem. Go ahead to the next one. And then this was what we did when we were done was when they came back from Encore. When they came back from Encore, I had their poem and their picture on their desk with a compliment sheet. And so we did a gallery walk, and that was so amazing. The kids just did a beautiful job. We talked about what a genuine compliment is, not just good job, but what are you going to pull out from the poem and tell them you really liked? What's something genuine that you could give someone in a compliment so that they really feel like you noticed them and you heard them? So I don't know if it'll let you play up here. Just so you get a little peek, it's real quick. That's Haley. And they're just reading the poem, so they went to each desk, and every time they were done, you can go to the next slide. And then that's Kaya and Elijah, they're here tonight too. And that's them writing their compliments, but you can see those boxes are filled. So they really took it to heart, and they really pulled out some beautiful compliments. Go ahead to the next one.
I know.
This was kind of like I was just showing you in the classroom, the little gallery walk. But they were really into it. You can go to the next one. That's Corey. You can see he's here tonight too. He's really reading the poem, trying to get something out of it. And that's Russell next to him. And you can go to the next. There's Tommy. He's here tonight. That's Russell. You can go to the next one. That's Siraj and Tommy. Again, you can see how engaged they are just reading those poems. Go ahead. And then these compliments. I like the part when you said, I hear the endless energy of the piglets. You're going to be the kindest piglet ever. Your first line really makes you stand out. I can tell you love it. The compliments are just amazing. I love how you pretend that you sing, but you won't have to because you have a great voice. And then Zoe wrote, I love your picture because I know that you're good at basketball, and I love your poem. You can go to the next one. So writing and sharing these was such a great way for the students to be able to express themselves and just feel like they're known. The readers, the listeners, they were able to gain a little insight on their friends that they thought they knew, and in turn use that insight to write a genuine compliment. So now it's time to share
Nice job, Miss.
their hard work. We should be receiving our published book, I hope, before school ends. We're like waiting on the edge of our seats right now. It was sent in like in end of March, so it should be here. But we'll go ahead.
Any way you think it's easier for the children, for them to speak in the mic, either you can hold
Yeah.
it or you could put it on back into the slot holder, maybe tip it down, whatever way's easiest for them.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I know they'll probably be holding the
Perfect.
paper.
Yes.
You know.
Perfect. Okay, and we'll go to the next slide, and that'll be the first. I'm showing you their artwork from the actual book. They took one line from their poem, and they had to really illustrate that line. And it's just beautiful. They just did a beautiful job. So proud of them. Corey Epline is up first.
Come on, Corey.
And Corey.
Okay,
Just speak. There you go.
I'm Corey Appline, and the name of my poem is Who I Am. I'm an athletic boy who wants to learn. I wonder what my future has in store. I hear thunder talking loud and clear. I see fish wagging their tails when they swim. I want to be a cop and save people. I'm an athletic boy who wants to learn. I pretend I'm cyborg. I feel stupendous when I play video games. I touch someone's heart. I worry about tests. I cry when I hit my head and ankle. I'm an athletic boy who wants to learn. I understand math. I say prayers before I go to bed. I dream I get into the NFL. I try to do good in school. I hope I get good grades. I'm an athletic boy who wants to learn. And that's the end of my poem. Hi, my name is Jacob. I am a gamer and a creative builder. I wonder how the top of buildings look. I hear the sounds of tools. I want to become an architect. I see buildings that I built. I am a gamer and a creative builder. I don't like nightmares. I pretend to look like a builder. I touch the top of buildings. I say it's not too hard to become a famous YouTuber. I worry about the challenges of college. I cry when I'm hurt. I am a gamer and a creative builder. I understand getting fans is hard. I dream about becoming a famous builder. I hope all my dreams come true. I am a gamer and a creative builder.
I Am by Anna Favoso. I'm a hard-working, nature-loving girl who likes school. I wonder if I'm going to be famous. I hear lightning talking when it strikes. I want to be famous and buy a Tesla. I'm a hard-working, nature-loving girl who likes school. I pretend to be a teacher. I feel sore because of the PACER test. I touch ice crystals when it's winter. I cry when I get hurt. I'm a hard-working, nature-loving girl who likes school. I understand shading, fractions, and math. I say I believe in myself when it is hard. I dream of me sleeping on the clouds. I hope that I will be a teacher. I am a hard-working, nature-loving girl who likes school. I Am an Athletic Girl by Haley Kenny. I am an athletic girl who likes basketball. I wonder if I will be a teacher when I'm older. I hear leaves dancing in the wind. I see the sky crying when it rains. I want to become a teacher. I am an athletic girl who likes basketball. I pretend I am a teacher. I feel joyful when I play. I touch my bone when I get hurt. I worry about people being nice to me. I cry about people and animals getting hurt. I am an athletic girl who likes basketball. I understand that I can follow my dreams. I say I'm smart and caring. I dream about being rich. I try to be a hard-working girl. I hope to pass the third grade test. I'm an athletic girl who likes basketball.
Miss Haley Kenny will be a teacher one day. Believe me. You should see her in the classroom.
I Am a Stylish Little Girl by Zoe King. I am a stylish little girl. I wonder if I'll move to the 4th grade. I see real friends. I want to become a teacher. I pretend to be a teacher. I am a stylish little girl. I feel confident like a lion. I touch my amazing future. I worry not having good grades. I cry when I get yelled at. I love summer. I am a stylish little girl. I understand my friends. I say, I believe in myself. I dream that I will be successful. I try my best at school. I hope I do good on the state test. I am a stylish little girl.
I Am by Carl Lewis. I am a fast boy that likes running. I wonder if I will make it to the NBA. I hear my feet squeak when I play basketball. I see the ball drop through the hoop. I want to make it to the NBA. I am a fast boy that likes running. I pretend to be a basketball head. I feel my hand hurt when I get the rebound. I touch short basketball nets. I worry I might miss the bus. I cry when I lose a basketball game. I am a fast boy that likes running. I understand why I lose basketball games. I say I'm a great basketball player. I dream when I'm asleep that I'm LeBron James. I try to do the best I can. I hope I become famous because of basketball. I am a fast boy that likes running.
I love the artwork with
No More Mystery by Carter Lewis. I am a curious girl who loves to explore nature. I wonder what my job will be when I'm older. I hear nature speaking to me. I see chipmunks talking to trees. I am a curious girl who loves nature. I pretend I am an explorer. I feel independent when I'm outside. I touch the clouds when I'm kind. I worry animals go extinct. I cry when animals die. I am a curious girl who loves to explore nature. I understand nature. I say if you wish something, it can come true. I try to help the earth. I hope to have a lot of pets. I am a curious girl who loves to explore nature.
I am an athletic basketball player by Siraj Muhammad. I am an athletic basketball player. I wonder if I could be a basketball player. I hear LeBron James speaking to me. I see Stephen Curry doing a three-pointer. I want to become an NBA player. I am an athletic basketball player. I pretend I am in the NBA. I feel the basketball in my hands. I touch the powder of LeBron James' hands. I worry about missing a shot. I am an athletic basketball player. I understand that I need to win to get to the NBA. I say I believe I could make a shot. I dream I'm seeing people pray for me to make a shot. I try to dunk in the hoop. I hope LeBron James lets me do one-on-one with him. I am an athletic basketball player.
The Lawyer by Kaya Sanders. I am nosy, but I'm also funny. I am worried about some things like creepy spiders. I am sometimes clever and brave. I wonder if I'll look different when I'm grown up. I hear clapping around in my head when I'm confused. I see trees with their hands up swaying. I am nosy, but I'm also funny. I pretend to see into the future. I feel nervous. I touch my brain when I want to think hard. I worry about sleeping at night. I cry about not passing tests. I'm nosy, but I'm also funny. I understand writing. I say I love my days. I dream about having a lot of Robux. I try to pass tests. I hope I will be rich. I am nosy, but I'm also funny.
My Wonders of the World by Tommy Snow. I'm a piglet lover who is curious about them. I wonder if I will become a teacher. I hear the endless energy of the little piglets.
I see them jumping around and crawling over each other. I want to become a game maker. I'm a piglet lover who is curious about them. I pretend I am an inkling. I feel today is going to be a good day. I touch the sky. I worry I will not feel nice. I cry sadness sometimes. I'm a piglet lover who is curious about them. I understand that dinosaurs are real. I say kindness always. I dream the world can be the kindest. I try my hardest. I hope I can make a game one day. I'm a piglet lover who is curious about them.
I Am by Elijah Sparks. I am a boy who plays Fortnite on Fridays. I really hate spiders in the bathrooms. I really love watching Coco Melon. I wonder what teams are going to meet in the next Super Bowl. I hear the ocean waving to shore. I'm a boy who plays Fortnite on Fridays. I want to become an NFL player. I pretend I am Spider-Man even though I hate spiders, and I mean hate them. I touch the trees when I worry about big thunderstorms. I am a boy who plays Fortnite on Fridays. I understand my math facts very well. I say Fortnite Battle Pass. I am so good at Fortnite. I dream Kobe comes back to life. I hope Mickey Mouse does not come in front of Coco Melon. I see a tsunami freshen the toilet with rocks. I am a boy who plays Fortnite on Fridays.
I Am an Active Girl by Angelina Such. I am an active girl and I am very fearless. I wonder if I will get a job when I am older. I hear birds sing in the trees. I see trees dancing in the wind. I want to become a dancer when I grow up. I am an active girl and I am very fearless. I pretend I can fly. I feel joyful when I help people. I touch the birds in the trees. I worry about the world. I cry when animals get hurt. I am an active girl and I am very fearless. I understand my friends like me. I say never give up. I dream about having a job. I try to do good in school. I hope I can help animals and people when I grow up. I am an active girl and I am very fearless.
Well, thank you, third graders. I think we still have. You go with.
So we actually planned to have our panel board members to try their own, but we'll leave that with you as a parting
homework?
gift. Yes, as homework, so that you can practice doing your own I Am poem. But I just want to conclude to say thank you to our families that brought their students out today. Thank you to the students that volunteered. And if anyone second guesses why we call ourselves the Destination School Community, they need to take a double look at these children tonight. They are why we call our school district the destination. And thank you, Ms. Burkholder, for carrying out the mission of inspiring and enlightening and educating our students to be high-achieving, contributing students to a global society. You are carrying out our school mission. So thank you very much. This captures the destination and what inspiration really does for children. They did a beautiful job. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it, everybody. Thank you. That was absolutely fabulous. If you don't see the talent of our young authors and also artists, and I would say more importantly, it is hard to speak even as an adult in front of a crowd. They have young children, they have that courage. They did a great job. So, thank you. We got some homework to do here. And cabinet, we will do it. Okay, we are going to create our own poems here, and maybe next week at the board meeting, I'll have some of you read it if you want to. But thank you. If you'd like to stay for the next presentation, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Otherwise, if you wanted to have some other engagement this evening, if you want to take a few minutes to go ahead and leave, we'll get started in about, Miss Sylvia Marshall, we'll get started in about 1 minute, okay? You're all ready, I can tell.
this evening.
Thank you to those who are staying. To if your child is a part of Summer Academy, and yes, you can take the stuff on the table. I see some people are looking. To my people at home watching now or watching later, this is a board meeting. You are in the right place. I am Sylvia Marshall, and I will be the principal for Summer Academy 2023. We are rocking it out, and I want to thank the board because you inspired our theme this year. If you look, rocking is just not about having fun, but our saying is revitalizing our core knowledge and increasing our newfound growth. Anybody know where those words came from? Anybody? I heard it.
Yep.
The RRR plan. We can go to the next slide. You are correct. Can you believe it? We are at the end of our RRR plan. Right. Coming back from COVID, you all did a wonderful job creating this. I'm sorry, I forgot to take my shades off because you're looking so cool. Creating this. And so this was the idea, this was the challenge that you set forth for us to get our kids back to learning, get them back to fun and engaging with each other after COVID. So if you look through, it feels good to check boxes, I have to say. And we can actually go through and check all these boxes. At the end of this summer, we can say, I believe, without a doubt, that we met everything that we set out to meet. So I'm so excited, and I know we are in the works of our strategic plan that you all are working on. So I must say this, families at home, I do not know what next year is going to look like. This is Summer Academy. This is RRR. We will have something in the strategic plan, but as you can see, our themes, everything came out of the RRR plan. So thank you for this. I hope you are pleased with the work we've done over the past 3 years.
Yes.
All right, so because of also in the RRR plan, if you didn't know, was about air conditioning, ventilating our buildings, and all of that. So we have finished the first stage with K3 buildings, so all of them are air conditioned. Because of that, we do not want to have any kids without air this summer, so that they can be a part of learning without worrying about sweating or anything like that. So we are actually splitting up in 2 buildings this year. This is the first time we've done this. So K3 will be at Rowland, and then 3-5 will be in the 4th grade side only of Greenview. So we will be using 2 buildings this year. All right, people at home watching later or watching now. This is the part where everybody gets me on. We filled our numbers, as you can see, because if you remember our RRR plan, we still have some revitalizing our learning. And in order to do that, we want to keep our class sizes low. So you can see we kept 60 for K3. 4-5, what we learned over the past 2 years is that they need more of a targeted instruction. So right now, we lowered those to 30, just so that we can provide what they need to go on to the next grade level. There's more on them at this level, switching classes, preparing for, they have GPAs in 5th and going to 6th grade. So we wanted to be more sensitive to their individual needs. That's why the numbers are low. Waiting list. There is a waiting list, and I must say this. Okay, if you hear anybody answer these questions, one thing about our students who are enrolled, if you withdraw, if you are moving, you can no longer participate in our Summer Academy because you have to be a registered student in this current grade level. So kindergartners coming in, they cannot attend. Anybody who might be leaving the district, going to another school, unfortunately, you cannot attend. So with our waiting list, if you're listening, if you are one of those people, then on the waiting list, we will move people in. Right now, kindergarten, we were able to get all of our kindergartners in. 1st grade, we have about 7. Most of our grades, we were able to get everyone in or just the waiting list between 5, no more than 10. The one that has a little bit more that we're is 5th grade. So we are working on that. So that's our enrollment. Do not call all the schools looking for me. I'm sorry. It's official.
Too late.
Thank you. All right, our staff, shout out to the staff. These are all SEL employees. Given of their summers, they could be anywhere else, but they want to rock with us. So we are so fortunate to have them. This is why we're able to do what we do. So we have 2 deans of students. If you're wondering where I'm going to be up and down the hill. So if you ever come down the hill and you see me walking or rollerblading, I don't know how I'm going to go back and forth, but I'm going to be going back. Ooh, can I get a bus? No, okay, you heard them. So we have 2 deans of students. One will be housed at Roland all day. One will be at Greenview all day. We have 22 classroom teachers split between the 2, 3 intervention specialists working with us, 5 ISAs, because one thing about this program is it's an inclusive program. So we do have students with IEPs, which was something that we didn't do pre-COVID that we're doing now. So tremendous team. We have Encore teachers, 2 secretaries, food staff, transportation, custodians, and so many more people helping to make this possible. So I think all together, we run about a staff of 50 people. So pretty large staff. And here are some of them celebrating. They got their starter bags, like you have your starter bags. So you cannot be ready to rock unless you have your shades. We're rocking. You got your shades, you got your fanny pack. Yeah, you gotta have your shades, your fanny, you got your buttons. So you put your buttons on. You got your the rock candy, taking it back a little bit. So some of our staff, we were able with our deans to go out and celebrate all of them for just joining on with us. We know it's a commitment. So once again, thank you. All right, our curriculum. I'm gonna look at the camera again, get right here. So, Summer Academy is not meant to replace a year's worth of growth within your students. If your teacher has requested or talked to you about retention, Summer Academy is a good choice, but it will not give them everything they need to go to that next grade level. So you want to make sure that you have that conversation with your classroom teacher, with your administrators, to make sure about what you should do about retention. What Summer Academy is for, if you think about year-round school, it's more based on a year-round school model where it's a continuation of the current grade level, going back to revitalizing. So we're going to review some skills. We're going to go over some things that they learn new. As you can see, iReady will be our platform because this week is iReady week. So we're excited about that. So we're actually using the data from this week to prepare for what they're going to be doing in the summer, because they will have access to their iReady pathways that is targeted to their individual needs. We will also be using the iReady ELA and math curriculum. Tammy, who's not here, she has done a great job pulling out some key lessons to target some of the skills that we need to review at the grade level. So once again, those who are listening to this, please take the information in. Like I said, there is a waiting list. So if there are some things that you're like, well, maybe this might not be the right program, no hard feelings. You know, somebody else might be able to use that spot, and I say that with all love and kindness. Free. Go. This is all. I got to shout out Mr. Williamson again. I called him on his cell phone today, like, Mr. Williamson, tell me about breakfast and lunch, and he gave me great news. He said it will be free again this summer, so students will be able to get a free breakfast, a free lunch. This is a sample menu from last year. It runs just like it does now in the schools, where they'll pick up their lunch. We're going to have them eat in the classroom for breakfast. So they'll pick up their lunch, go to their classroom, they'll have morning meeting, then they'll get right into their academics, they'll have recess, they'll have lunch, they'll have brain breaks, and then we'll talk about the end of the day. So thank you again. Supplies. Come over on this side. So all students need their Chromebooks. We will not be providing any loaner Chromebooks. If you do not have a Chromebook, if your child has not been issued a Chromebook, you need to start talking with your school now so that they can connect you with the right people to make sure you have a Chromebook over the summer. If it is broken, if something's not fixed, please start those conversations now, because I will not have any access to any Chromebooks. They need it every day. That's part of our curriculum. And then with that, just regular supplies, pencil, notebooks, some paper, things of those sorts. If you can't get the paper, the pencils, I can help with the papers, the pencils. Chromebook, I cannot help with. Transportation. So, transportation, this is how it's going to work. Each bus has a color. So for our little kids, please make sure they know, if they can't say the exact location, make sure they know the color. They will also be given wristbands that match the color of the bus when they leave school. So what happens is, all the students, whether you're at Greenview or Roland, will get on the bus at these locations. The buses will come to Roland. They will try to make it so the little kids sit in front. I will be there waving, greeting you, and getting the little kids off the bus. Once our little kids are off the buses, they will head right up the hill, drop them off at Greenview, and continue on to their path. It will work the same way in the afternoon. So everyone will get picked up. So if they have a big brother, big sister, they can stay with that person until they get off the bus. And please, once again, make sure they know their colors. Transportation is a privilege, just like the school year. If you are late picking up, then we will possibly have to remove students from the bus. But we know we have great parents in SEL, so we're not worrying about that. That's a disclaimer. I said it. All right, so we're going to take a little flashback. This was our first year where our theme was the carnival theme, because we were the greatest summer academy around. So you can still see we were masked on and different things here.
He did do it.
I have to shout out Mr. Jackson. He's actually still a SEL side person. He's probably going to be working with us with yoga in the summer. Yeah, I'm not. So this is like our afternoons. You can see the yoga activity. This is the end of the day where we call our camp time, where students have the opportunities to do art. We've been working with the company, Flowers Entertainment, for the past 3 years. They provide all of our entertainment that we bring in, face painting, balloons, magicians, animals. And the students also have different times for art. They will have different times for sports, music. Our firefighters come out every year. They spray the kids from the trucks. So we enjoy that day. So you can see this was all we did in year one. And we will have music again this year for K3. And then this was year 2. Last year we went wild about Summer Academy. So just giving you a recap of, hold on, we're getting there. There you go. All right, so this was year 2.
I wanted to say something about the because she's nice and she knows how to teach a lot.
Teach a lot. That's cute. We hire a lot of those.
So you can still see there's still a balance with the reading, nice small groups for our academics. Then once again this year we shortened the day a little bit by an hour learning over the years. So our afternoon time will only be about an hour and like 10 minutes. But they'll still have all the activities from the past 2 years. And so the day will run 8:30 to 2:30. So we cut off about an hour of the day. And also still nothing on Fridays.
He's doing okay, though. They discharged him.
And yes, we're still working with our coaches. They will be coming to the buildings. Our varsity coaches from all the different sports. Ross is an amazing guy. Love working with him. We already met, and he has been very supportive. So this is just thank you to all of you. And you know what I'm ready to do. I'm ready to have a rockin' summer, so stay tuned for what the video looks like. So thank you to all of you for your support over the past 3 years. And we shall see. We got to do the closing. They got to see the closing go up. So we will have super games, still lots of fun in the afternoon. And now the curtains may close. I'm not going to drop the mic, though. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Marshall. For those of you that are not familiar, Ms. Marshall is day job is assistant principal at Roland Elementary School, and obviously very talented. And she does this is her 3rd year, right? The 3rd year during the summer school program now at Roland and Greenview. So thank you so much for the preview. Thank you.
Thank you for your creativity.
Now I get to introduce you. Now the most exciting part of the evening is Mr. Hill will be talking talking about our 5-year forecast. So Mr. Hill, you're up.
I don't know how I follow both of those. I've got no prizes. I've got no kids dancing and singing. I've got nothing.
You have a good forecast.
I do. I will make it short and sweet, being that it's just an update. I'm only going to go through work line by line and kind of touch on what the full close.
Yeah, people streaming.
Okay.
Is his working?
Is that good? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to touch on just anything that's changed, updated from November. Keep it kind of short. Starting with line 1.01. My original estimate for real estate property taxes was $48,331,000. We actually came in at $49,966,000, and the major difference is, as always, I never like to be too dependent on the delinquent tax collections, and they came in again higher than the previous year. So our delinquent tax collections were just over $2.06 million, and then. For the remainder of the forecast, then adjusting the trend, I did look and adjusted it up to about $1,033,000 in delinquent taxes moving forward. So that's the difference from 23 to 24, is that I still don't want to keep too much dependency on the delinquent tax collections, because obviously that's not always guaranteed. So then for the balance of the forecast fiscal year 25 through 27, I assume $48.932 million. And then item 1.035, unrestricted grants and aid. We see a little bit of a jump in our casino revenue in this line item. That has to do with some of the sports betting rolling in that we are receiving. So there is a little bit of that in there. And then so the estimate for fiscal year 23 is $5.2 million for that, with no increase. It's flat. Still waiting to see what the biennium budget. We've seen both sides' proposals. Both are vastly different, so we've got to kind of see where the governor settles out on which way he's going to lean. 1.04, restricted grants and aid. This is your career tech, economic disadvantage funding, English learners and gifted funds. This is just under $1,996,417, and no increase is assumed. That's pretty much directly tied to that biennium budget, so that'll could be an adjustment based on the news we get in the next month. Line 1.05, again, this is tied directly to the property taxes. This is the property tax allocation. This is going to be your homestead and rollback. This is 5.7 million, and I assume no increase for the balance of the forecast. Line 1.06 under revenue. This is all other revenue. This we did see a spike. My original estimate for this year was $3,046,000, and we actually went up. I didn't list it on there, but we did see an increase in that line item. The biggest part of that is having to do with our interest earnings are finally bouncing back. So last year we had roughly about $84,000 in interest. This year, with 2 months to tack on still, we are currently at $559,000. So it is bouncing back. If you remember pre-COVID numbers, we were getting, I think the last 2020, we were at $705,000. So it's finally starting to creep back up. Then to move on into the expenditure line items. No major changes from the November forecast for personal service and benefits. The only major difference here is you'll see in 24, they might be, there'll be trending differences based on how actuals came in throughout the year. For 3.03, 3.04, 3.05, which is your purchase services, supply and materials, capital outlay. The only difference here for 2024 is we have our new budget amounts. We went through budgeting with each of the departments and have the new amounts in there. And then based on that, we have it trended out for the balance of the forecast, with the only difference would be in 25, 26, and 27. I do have a bit of an extra. I put $500,000 in there just to be safe with the ESSER dollars rolling off. We want to make sure we have some kind of safeguard just in case anything rolls in. And just to summarize it up, outlook-wise, the ending cash balance is expected to decline during fiscal years 24 through 27 from about 22.1 million at the end of fiscal year 24 to an estimated balance of 1.4, almost 1.5 million at the end of fiscal year 27. That is good. We're positive throughout the life of the forecast. My November forecast, we were coming short in that fifth year. So based on how the revenue came in, it definitely offset that. So that's nice. And it's good to see, that's kind of in closing, I'll say it's good to see some of the things finally bouncing back from COVID. So that's the biggest difference revenue side, I think. Any questions?
Good news.
Yes. You're welcome.
Those playing audit awards so hard.
Thank you guys for all your hard work.
And it's consistent.
I think one of the things you look at, the first year we put a levy on the ballot in November of 2012, and that lasted till March of 2020. And now we're still trying to be good fiscal stewards of taxpayers' money, and utilizing our federal grants, looking for other grants, most recently safety grants, and still looking at how do we stretch that dollar out. I know prior to my arrival here, the cycle was about every 3 to 4 years, and so we work really hard, and we're going to continue to do so. So thank you to the team as well, and of course the treasurer's office. Absolutely. Thank you. I think Mr. Hayes is here too, our assistant. I think they're just only, we had a very exciting night for folk. We've been trying to utilize some of the board work sessions. We don't take action at it as more informational. Obviously, you saw tonight a wide range of topics that we've had, but it is Teacher Appreciation Week, so I certainly want to give a shout out on behalf of the Board of Education team to all the educators and our staff in the building. We appreciate your hard work, and you are all why we are the destination school community, so I thank you.
Thank you for your desire to serve with us.
from, yeah, that's the topics, I do think.
So we do have a need for a brief executive session. For those of you that are online, we will be going into executive session, matters of personnel.
Yeah.
Item A, there will be no action taking place in that meeting. May we get a motion to go into executive session? It is now 6:29.
So moved. Second.
Ms. Lee and Ms. King. And thank you all for joining us. We'll be back to conclude this meeting when we're done.
Thank you.
Aye.